Ladies and gentlemen, mark your calendars for November 5th. The stage is set, the players are ready, and the stakes couldn't be higher. This is the story of the 2024 U.S. presidential election, a pivotal moment in American history. As the nation braces for a showdown between two distinct visions for its future, we're here to guide you through the twists, the turns, and the drama of this incredible race. Let's start with the contenders. On one side, we have the Democratic Party, led by Vice President Kamala Harris, who is now running for president. Harris is breaking new ground, aiming to become the first female president of the United States. Her campaign builds on the achievements of the Biden administration, focusing on healthcare reform, climate action, and economic recovery. Harris faces the challenge of uniting a diverse coalition that ranges from progressives who want more radical change to moderates who seek stability and continuity. On the other side, we have the Republican Party, which has rallied behind former President Donald Trump. Trump's campaign is centered on themes of restoring American greatness, economic nationalism, and a tough stance on immigration. His base remains fiercely loyal, drawn from rural America, small business owners, and those who feel left behind by globalization. The current state of the race. As of now, the race is neck and neck. Polls suggest a tight battle, with neither side having a clear lead. Kamala Harris is focusing on key battleground states like Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin, states that were pivotal in the last election. She's also aiming to energize young voters and communities of color, the people's reaction. Across the country, emotions are running high. On the streets, in cafes, and on social media, Americans are passionately discussing the future of their country. Some are deeply concerned about the economy, the plans and strategies of both parties. So, what's the game plan for both parties? Kamala Harris and the Democrats are doubling down on the achievements of the past 4 years. They're touting economic growth, increased employment, and significant infrastructure investments. Harris is also making a strong push for climate action, promising to accelerate the transition to clean energy. Her strategy is clear: appeal to middle-class voters who have benefited from these policies while also reaching out to younger voters and communities of color. Meanwhile, Donald Trump and the Republicans are focusing on a message of change. They argue that the current administration has failed to control inflation and has been too lenient on immigration. Their promise is simple: lower taxes, stricter border controls, and a return to conservative values. They're targeting swing voters who might be dissatisfied with the current state of the economy and who crave a return to the pre-pandemic normal. Who's supporting whom? When it comes to endorsements, both candidates have their star supporters. Kamala Harris has the backing of key Democratic leaders, celebrities, and influential organizations like Planned Parenthood and the NAACP. However, she also faces skepticism from some within her own party, particularly from those who question her ability to unite the diverse Democratic coalition. On the other side, Donald Trump is supported by a cadre of Republican heavyweights, as well as powerful conservative media outlets and advocacy groups. He continues to galvanize his base, who see him as a champion of their values and a fighter against what they perceive as the excesses of liberalism. Interestingly, we're seeing a number of party defections this election cycle. Some prominent Republicans, disillusioned with Trump's approach, have crossed party lines to endorse Harris. Similarly, a few centrist Democrats, concerned about the progressive shift in their party, have thrown their support behind Trump. Why this election matters. So why is this election so important? It's more than just choosing a president. It's about defining the soul of America. This election will determine how the country tackles some of its most pressing issues: climate change, healthcare, economic inequality, and global leadership. It's a battle between two visions, one that promises continuity and progress, and another that calls for a return to conservative values and strong national identity. Challenges facing Kamala Harris. Voiceover. Kamala Harris faces unique challenges in this election. As a woman of color aiming for the highest office, she confronts both the glass ceiling and deep-rooted societal biases. Her campaign must navigate not only political opposition, but also questions about her leadership style and ability to bring together a fragmented nation. Moreover, she must energize a Democratic base that is demanding bold action while reassuring moderates who fear too much change too quickly. A nation divided. A nation deciding. As we approach November 5th, the tension is palpable. The whole world is watching. Will Americans choose to stay the course with Kamala Harris, betting on continuity and further progress? Or will they opt for a dramatic shift with Donald Trump, yearning for a return to conservative values and a more traditional vision of America? As the clock ticks down to Election Day, one thing is clear. The outcome of this election will shape the future of the nation for years to come. Conclusion. And so, we find ourselves on the brink of a decision that will echo through history. This is not just a fight between two candidates or two parties. It's a battle for the very identity of America. No matter where you stand, what's certain is that this election will be one for the books. So, stay tuned, stay informed, and most importantly, make sure your voice is heard. November 5th. It's more than just a date. It's the day America chooses its future.